then they don't want you to have your First Amendment rights. That's it. What do we got? We've got Tom Cotton. He is an Arkansas. Sorry. He's an Arkansas Republican who doesn't care for your rights. He doesn't care if you have them. If you didn't vote for him, do you really even have rights? You don't deserve them. You probably shouldn't have them. For this is from Tom Cotton. I encourage people who get stuck behind pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic, take matters into your own hands and get them out of the way. It's time to put an end to this nonsense. The nonsense he's describing is protests. It's time, according to Tom Cotton of Arkansas, to put an end to protests. If you're watching, press the subscribe button, press the like button, press the thumbs up. Subscribing is scientifically proven to make me happier, and it'll probably make you happier too. So you should do that. You know, Tom, we have like an entire amendment about those. It's kind of a thing that we like. You might even suggest that not only do we like it, we think that you should absolutely be allowed to do that. And so much so that we have suggested that it be a right. We've got it in, I mean, we wrote it down, you know? We put it in the law books as a thing you should be rightfully allowed to do, and the government can't prevent you from doing so. Tom Cotton's not on board for that. He does not like that First Amendment, especially if you didn't vote for him. I really do suspect that Tom Cotton would fight for the First Amendment rights of the people who vote Republican. Probably not going to do it for anybody else. And that's what I think. If he, and I'm sure we can find some wonderful quotes from him about Jan 6 being a peaceful demonstration, and you shouldn't hold people responsible for that. But you should absolutely take away the rights of the people who are blocking traffic. Those people blocking traffic didn't vote Republican, hence they shouldn't have First Amendment rights. It's a pretty great system this guy's on board for. If you didn't vote for a Republican, then they don't want you to have your First Amendment rights. That's it. We've got their entire ideology boiled down to that little snippet, that little soundbite. If you didn't vote for a Republican, they don't want you to have First Amendment rights. They don't. Here is, and it's not just the one thing. I've got another one. Here we go. Let's look at the other thing that he posted, which is, again, from same guy. This is how it should be done, right here. I'm going to turn the audio off on this one because they're not speaking English. So, Tom Cotton loves this. He saw this right here, which is protesters peacefully, quietly, well, probably not quietly, but peacefully protesting, and he applauds and cheers on the not law enforcement person who is handling them, putting his hands on them, kicking them, dragging them across the ground. He likes this. This is what he wants for you. This is what Tom Cotton, Republican of Arkansas, wants for your country. He will take your First Amendment rights away unless you voted for him, in which case he will defend them to the death. He will break all the laws in the world to defend a Jan 6 person, protester. But if you are protesting for a thing he doesn't like, you don't get rights. You see the difference? There's a big difference here, is that the Jan 6 protesters who illegally broke into, stormed, and tried to take over the government were doing that for non-political means, or non-political reasons, according to him. According to Tom Cotton, he would tell you that that's not political, that this protester here being dragged is being political, and breaking the government to benefit Donald Trump is not political. It's just common sense, according to him. Anyway, how it should be done. This is what he wants for you. This is what he wants for your First Amendment rights, because he doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect it. He doesn't respect the Constitution. He's anti-constitutional. He doesn't want people who disagree with him to get protection by the Constitution. Tom Cotton doesn't want people who disagree with him politically to have rights. He doesn't want them to have First Amendment rights. He will work in Congress and in law to take those rights away from the people who disagree with him politically. But he still gets to be a Republican. You know, why haven't they kicked him out? Why would you ever allow someone like that into your party? If a Democrat said that, they would be drummed out. They would. They absolutely would. I have no doubt that a middle America senator said that on the Dem side, they would get rid of him. They would face they might not kick him out of office. I mean, what's his name? Who's that guy? The comedian Al Franken. Al Franken got kicked out of the Senate as a senator for a half-assed dirty joke he made 10 years earlier when it came up in the news. They tossed him out. I think it was Katie Hill, brand new freshman House member, had revenge porn leaked of her by her very bitter, angry ex-fiance. And so when in his bitterness, he released photos of her smoking weed and naked and drinking. And all of those things were legal. You were allowed to smoke weed where she was, and you were allowed to drink where she was, and you were allowed to be naked where she was. And they kicked her out after being the victim of revenge porn. They kicked her out. If a Democrat had done something so blatantly, obviously unconstitutional as the things that Tom Cotton is saying, they would be kicked out because they're a better party. I complain about the Dems all the time, but they're far more intellectually stable than the Republicans. They really are. They have more principles. The Republicans have no principles. They have no guide rails. They have no ethics. They have no ethos. They've got no idea. They don't have a platform, honestly, anymore. Just the things we don't like. There's just a list of things they don't like. The Republican platform is now just a list of things they don't like, and then they call those things woke, and they point at the list and they call it the woke list, and they yell about it, and then they demand to be voted for, and then they go on Fox News and demand that somebody votes for them. It's not a system that can work, honestly. I think we are headed for some very complicated and difficult times in the political future, and I think that the problem we're having isn't the problem of conservatism. It isn't the problem of conservatives. It is the problem of them being disingenuous with their language, disingenuous with what they want. If they tell you what they want and you can understand it, then you can work together. You can work, hopefully, to determine what works, what doesn't, what harms people's freedom, what harms people's rights, how to move forward, how to get a better plan in place. But you can't do that if they're lying about what they want. And that's what I think Tom Cotton's doing here. He's lying about what he wants. What he wants is Democrats to lose their First Amendment and Republicans to have a First Amendment that protects them against everything, anything, all the time, everywhere, forever. He wants two different sets of laws. He wants a set of laws for the people he doesn't like, where they're harmed by the law, and a set of laws for the people he does like, where it protects them and keeps them safe. That is what Tom Cotton wants. It's what he wants for you. It's what he wants for me. So the question you have to ask yourself, are you on the list of people he likes?
Hey.
Drama Llama, that's right. Shinzinto. Are you on the list of people he likes? I'm not. Are you? I guess that's the important question. Are you on the list of people that he likes, the approved Tom Cotton list, the thumbs up, sure do like that guy list? I am definitely not. So if you are also not, then if he's in charge, if Donald Trump wins, if he gets to be in charge of the Senate, and if they take the House and the Senate, they will create a two-tiered justice system. Just like they complain about all the time, they're full of shit. There is already a two-tiered justice system, but it's for rich and poor. Poor people face the laws and the responsibility and get punished for breaking those laws, but the rich don't. Or it's a monetary fine that they have to pay, and that monetary fine they just pay, and their followers give them more money. So there is a two-tiered justice system right now, but it's rich and poor. I don't want a four-tier justice system, which would make it a cube almost. It would be a cross section, I suppose, justice system where you're rich and right wing, which means the law never harms you. Or you can be rich and left wing when the law does apply to you sometimes, and then you can be rich and no, you'd be poor and right wing when it does affect you, and you can be poor and left wing when you get double fines and double pain and double punishment. Honestly, I think that would be the system that they make, and maybe I should draw that in a draw stream or something like that. Oh hi, thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. The algorithm loves it when you you watch it all the way to the end of the video. If you want to keep the algorithm happy, and I know you do, press the subscribe button, press the thumbs up button, leave a comment, tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling, and let's all keep that algorithm happy. Thanks. Have a good day.